Any questions? Any questions so far? All right, cool. I would hope not, but that's okay. So today what we're gonna do is, so we did our introductions. Joanna's gonna tell us a little bit about the video that we're going to share. Julie Grohl is going to be putting a reflection worksheet in the chat. Go ahead and once that link is there, you can make a copy for yourself. It is a copy only, so you'll have to make a copy, or you can just get a piece of paper out, do it old school. And then we'll watch the video and you guys can take notes, and then we will have a quick question and answer session with Joanna. I have some prepared questions, and perhaps you may have some questions that you want to ask after seeing the video. And then,
oh, excuse me, sorry, I don't have access. This is, we need access to the Google Doc.
oh,
Does it say you need access, or is it asking you to make a copy?
Access.
All right, let me fix that. Sorry about that.
sorry. Thank you so much for bringing that to our attention, Yesenia. Yes. And then after the video and after the panel question and response, we will talk together and share any glows, highlights, things, thoughts, something that stuck out to you. But that being said, Miss Joanna, would you please tell us a little bit about your geographic region, what type of program you run, where you're at, those kinds of things?
Yes, my name is Joanna Cervantes. I am actually from the Butte Valley Elementary Middle School in Dorris, California. A little bit of what I do, what I started doing here was work with the kids in the after school program. I'm pretty much, right now I'm on my own. I'm sorry, what was the other question?
Are you district or community based?
We're district. We're
Okay.
district, and we work with kids from kindergarten to, I sometimes have like seniors just doing their homework there, trying to stay out of the streets there. That's where they hang out most of the time. But yeah, that's pretty much it, what I do with them.
Awesome, wonderful. Do you guys have access to the note document yet? Thumbs up. Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful. So can you give us a little bit of context before we press play about what, or would you like the video just to speak for itself?
Just it can speak for itself. But
Okay.
you know that all these kids, they never get along. So for them to do this, it was like something it was like a miracle for me, because these are kids that can't sit next to each other, but they all work together. And it was kind of, I obligated them. I was like, you guys have no choice. So they hated me for a bit, and then they were having fun and they loved it. But other than that, it can speak for itself.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Miss Julie Grohl, without further ado.
My name is Joanna Cervantes. I am the SAFE coordinator of Butte Valley Elementary School in Dorris, California. And we really enjoyed the experience when George came to our school, because there's a lot of bullying going on in this school and a lot of fights. People that don't get along, the kids that are always fighting and cussing at each other and can't sit in the same table, they were actually working together. I loved everything that we did here. This is the first time I've seen my students very excited about something.
USA. Like most schools, we've been having some problems with bullies, but today things are about to change.
Team Nitro. Yo, let's go. Come on. Ice grills and mean mugs.
Hey, watch it.
Yeah, you need to watch it. You bumped right into her.
I was just standing here.
Say you're sorry.
What?
Yeah, you heard her. Say you're sorry.
I'm sorry? That's so sweet. Are you sorry not to give me your lunch money? I can't. I need for my lunch. I don't think she's really sorry.
Neither do I.
Yeah, neither do I.
Well, she's gonna be sorry.
Leave her alone.
Excuse me?
You shouldn't bully people. Whatever you put out into the world will always come back to you.
Hear that, girls? I guess we shouldn't bully. Huh? And who's gonna bully us? You? Hey, stop it. Stop it. Come on, let's go. Now, where were we?
She was paying me her lunch money.
Pay up.
Leave her alone. I said leave her alone.
Hey, we were just joking. We just need to go to class.
I told you that whatever you put out into the world will always come back to you. Now it's your turn to get bullied.
Hey, we were just joking. We want to go back to class. Yeah, please.
Don't lie. We know you've been bullying her for weeks, but it stops now.
And you have a choice to get bullied or come on our side and be friends.
We want to be your friends.
Okay, but if you want to be friends, you need to be friendly to others and treat them with respect and treat them how you want to be treated. Deal?
I'd like that.
Yeah. That sounds nice. Yeah. Sorry for bullying you.
Yeah, sorry.
We're sorry for being mean.
Sorry.
Maybe we should have lunch together.
Yeah, let's go.
Yay! And that's how 3 bullies changed their ways and gained many new friends. So remember, always treat others the way you want to be treated to make a positive change in the world.
Really? You mean it? There's no more bullies here?
Yes!
Ow! Oh well, I guess we still have room for more improvement.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing that video with us, Joanna. Would you like to maybe tell us a little bit about the background about how this movie came together, the partners you worked with?
Yes, so actually, I don't think the kids, I had to a little push them in, like, come on, you guys have to do it. You guys need to participate. They're like, no, we're not coming. So I had them commit to it. I was like, you guys are going to sign this paper because you guys are going to do it. Like, we don't get anything like this during a school year. Like, there's no way we can miss this opportunity. So then I told them, like, do it for me. Come on, you guys are going to like it. Just try it. So the girls that were acting together, they always have conflicts, like boy-girl stuff. And honestly, it was, there's no words to explain like what I was feeling that day. I remember like almost I was telling the director, I was like, I want to cry because this never happens. And I tell my kids, like, if you guys are gonna do something, you guys have to do it right. So I was kind of like a mom momager there, and I was like, no, I don't want this person because he's forgetting his lines. And then one of them actually, and this is like a fun fact, like I was like, oh, I'm gonna take this kid out because I don't think he's doing it right. And they like, can we talk to you? And I was like, yeah, sure. So they're like, we don't want him to be out. Like, he has special needs and we want him to participate and we want him to have this role. So when that was coming together, I was like, okay, this is what I wanted. And it was like, it was kind of crazy that week because I didn't have help, but I was like, come on, you guys, do this, do that. But the students, they were pretty much like our extras. They were the little kids because they wanted to do it, but they were just playing too much with the equipment. And then the girls that were there together, I kind of like had to sit them down and I'm like, so we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Like, you guys need to work together. You guys don't have to like each other. So it was kind of fun to watch them do this, and I feel like they did a good job and they were excited. So, and this was with the Emmy, I forget his name all the time, with George, and I feel like it was something good. So I'm glad we had this opportunity, honestly.
Absolutely. What an amazing opportunity, and how awesome to see the kids work together and advocate for each other. Yeah, I'm seeing it in the chat, like, so awesome.
Yes.
Earlier, I did see someone with their hand raised. I believe the name was Benitez. Is that person still?
That was me. It was an accident.
Oh, okay, cool. Just
Sorry.
wanted to make sure I'm not.
Sorry.
I see you. I'm seeing you. I didn't want to ignore you.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. All right. So I'm just going to ask Joanna a few questions that we've prepared. And then if any of you would like to jump in and ask questions, you can do so in the chat. And that way, Joanna has the time to kind of think about it as well. So, Joanna, what are some of the challenges that you've seen in your students or families after coming back from the pandemic?
I have witnessed many challenges, and I feel like the main challenges they've had was they had the struggle to socialize with other people other than their own families and close friends due to the pandemic. Like, and most importantly has been bullying. And another one, I always like tell them, like, the electronics, they're addicted to them. Like, it was a hard time for me to tell him, like, put your phone away, it's not time for that, we need to do this. No, but my mom lets me. Okay, but we're in school, we're gonna have, there's time for everything. But the main one was just them sitting with other students that weren't their parents or weren't their siblings or their cousins or people that they were being able to be around with throughout the whole pandemic. We can't hear you.
Yep, just saw. Can you please share a few of the successes that you have had in supporting students and families after coming back from the pandemic?
A few successes that I feel that have been going on are building relationships, trust, because if they don't trust me, they don't come to me for anything. And I've seen them, like, sometimes it's not even, the bell hasn't even rang and they're like waiting to talk to me. So that trust is the main one. And they are working together. So we set the rules, like, you guys don't have to like each other, you guys don't have to be friends, but when you guys are here, if we're doing a group activity, which is what I do more now, you guys have to work together. And there is a line of respect, so that bullying, you guys talk about each other, and when you guys are on the internet and your chats, like, that needs to stay out there in here. And I always tell them, this is a safe program, so it has to be safe for everybody to want to be here. And another one is communication, not only with the students, but with the parents as well. I felt like they actually come to me like, hey, so my kid's going through this, what can I do? Like, can you help me? Can you work with them this way? So building the relationships and the trust with the parents has been one of the main ones that I feel like we've got going on here.
That's awesome. One of the challenges a lot of times that we find in after school is that connection with parents. So amazing that you have that ability to connect with those families. How would you describe how this activity of making the video together has impacted your program?
So it does help. And how do I want to say this? So hold on, because I'm kind of nervous.
No, take your time.
So it helped avoiding separation. Like there was always like this little group of like the cool kids. And there was this one where like the kids that are always being bullied. And they know like when they are in my classroom, like if they do that, all right, everybody get up. So you sit here. So we do like a sitting chart. And I tell them like, this is how it's going to be if you guys can't work together, if you guys are going to be doing this. And this activity, the program, I feel like I don't even have to say that to them anymore. So if somebody they don't like or somebody that is always isolated sits in their table, they actually talk to them like, hey, do you want a snack? Or you know what I mean? It's like, it avoids that separation that they always had. It was like a wall, like, no, you're not part of my group. Like you can't sit with us. So I feel like the program helped in that way. So the importance of the activity is the group activity, I want to say, like to working together.
Yeah, the cohesion that they created and working together.
Yeah.
How fun to watch that and be able to see those relationships thrive and grow.
Yes.
Thank you so much. What is something your program is looking forward to between now and the end of the school year? Anything exciting planned?
So we are still working on the bullying and eliminating, like just going away. I know it's hard, and everybody, like teachers tell me like it's impossible, like you're not going to do that. It's always going to be there. It's always been there. And like I tell them, like I went through it. I know it's going to be there. Like since I was in kinder, like I've seen it, you know, because you didn't look a certain way. But I'm like, if we can try to like remove it from our school and kids being safe, like that's going to be like something we can look forward to. Another one is finding resources. I've reached out to I don't know how to say, I think it's Karut tribes or something like that. So they can help with the social emotional counseling. We have TMS coming in here and they're pretty good with that. So we want to work more than anything. It's just eliminating the bullying, because it's hard to hear like, why haven't you come to the program? Because they're making fun of me. Why don't you come to school? Because I'm sick. And then when they come and they sit with me, they just let it all out. Like, so they were saying this about me and I didn't do that. So most of us we're working towards just canceling it, just nobody hearing about it. And it's hard because sometimes even the parents participate, like joking around, and I'm like, no, I'm sorry, but that it needs to be gone. So that's our main reason, like our main goal is just not hearing about it anymore. And it's gonna take a while, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna get through it.
Absolutely. Especially if you have amazing programs where they get to be, you know, hands-on and have a voice. That's so, I am absolutely in love with the video that you shared. I love the process of it.
Yeah.
That being said, I would like to open it up if you all have any thoughts or questions, comments, glows, grows, things that you might be taking away to your site or your program. I see Christian has a question. What was the time frame that this project took, and how did it initiate?
It was actually, we didn't have one day of school, so it was Tuesday through Friday. So we said like, so day one, it was to introduce the equipment, and then like, so we set times and dates, and then it initiated, so Lupe from county, right? The SCOE, she reached out to me. She's like, so there's this program. Do you want to do it? And she's like, you don't have to, but I feel like it's a good idea. It's an opportunity to like do something new for the school. So that's how it happened. I didn't know about it until she said it, and I was like, all right, I'm up for it. Let's do it.
Awesome, thank you. I did see Emily's hand raised. I believe that was the name I saw.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you so much for sharing the video. It was wonderful and informative. And I know watching clips like that, you don't realize all of the time and work that goes into that. And so it's really cool to hear your backstory, and especially that those are students that you've actually been working with around bullying. I was curious, you answered part of my question with your timeline. I was curious how you got all the equipment. I saw you had the speakers and the lights, and I didn't even realize watching that all of that was involved. So that was very cool to see at the end. So I was wondering how you were able to have access to all those supplies or materials.
So actually, thank you so much. And actually George, that's all his equipment. So he brought it. We actually left it in an office where I'm at right now. We locked it because it's very expensive equipment. And he even had his printer, his TV. So he brought everything with him. So I know they went through county. That's what Kelly had told me. I know county paid for all the program, and he just pretty much showed up with all his stuff. Like he came in here with like rolling cases, and I was like, okay, what do you need? All I provided was an extension cord. That's all I had to do. He had everything else. And it was pretty fun, honestly. So I didn't worry about anything of that. Thank you.
Joanna, I was trying to find the name of the organization that helped George's organization. Do you know the name of that offhand?
I don't.
Okay, let me see if I can find it in
I don't know who he went through.
Valor Talent Group.
Okay.
So Valor Talent Group. I will copy that and put it into the chat. So perhaps maybe if this is something that you're interested in, and I believe it was California Adventure Camps. Was so hopefully you can Google those two, or if you have more questions, you can go ahead and email me. I'll put my email in the chat, and then once I connect with Lupe, who is Joanna's supervisor and who is also on the site coordinator symposium planning team for site visits, I will get that information and a website. So if you are interested in receiving that resource, go ahead and send me an email, and I'll make sure that I connect with Lupe and get that for you.
Topic bullying given to you, or it's something you.
Yes. So Rainbow asks, was the bullying topic given to you, or is that something that you decided on?
I didn't even decide it. That was the students. So they were brainstorming with George, and they said, so we can do it about whatever you guys want, school appropriate. And he said, we can do it about Mars. Like he gave all this list. And then one of the students is like, can we do it about bowling? And then I remember that kid, everybody turned and looked at him. He got so red. And then everybody was like, yeah, let's do bowling. Let's talk about it. And this kid that actually came up with the idea, he's always telling me like I'm being bullied, like they're making fun of me. So for him to just like come out of his comfort zone, it was amazing. So he was one of the kids that I didn't put anything, I honestly was just supervising the children that they wouldn't get crazy with George, and just kind of keep the room leveled. And I'm like, okay, no, where are you guys going? And the students did everything. We didn't do anything. Like they decided what they wanted to do. They did the script themselves as well. George kind of helped him out, but they're the ones that did everything.
What an amazing example of using that quality standard of youth voice and youth choice, right? Like,
Yes.
wow. Are there any other questions that you have for Joanna? All right. Joanna, do you have any questions for the wealth of knowledge that is in this room?
I don't know if I can put in my email, but if you guys have any ideas, any resources I can use with my students, I'm more than open to do them. I would happily love to work with them. We are trying to avoid the bullying. It's always more of the he said, she said, and that causes fights all the time. So if I can get anybody's like, you know, like if you try this or that, like I'm more than open to it. And I can probably put in my email, and you guys can email me any opinions or anything like that.
Awesome. I believe I saw something about Andres wanting to speak.
Yes. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Hi, Joanna. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, doing well. Just wanted to ask about your staffing challenges. Do you have any staffing challenges? Do you have any challenges in terms of quality of staff or quality of the program due to the staffing challenges?
I do. Right now on my own. I've gone through 2 teachers aid, and because the reason is they think it's a babysitting job. And once I lay it out to them, so this is what we do, and we need to do enrichment activities. So it's pretty hard to keep someone. Actually, I have 2 interviews I have to do today. One of them, it's someone I know, and I've told her like, this is how it goes. Like, I feel like if I come straight forward to them, they don't waste their time, and the kids don't go through another teacher, another one again. Like, we liked her. It's like they get attached, and it's like, oh, now who do we have, So it's hard, but right now the substitutes I have are the ladies that work during the school. They're teacher aides. So I have 2 of them. So kind of just having my substitutes from the school, it doesn't give them like, oh, again, we have another new teacher. It's like, oh, I know her. We work with her. So those are the challenges I'm going through right now.
Thank you for sharing.
Great question, Andres. Thank you. Wendy, I see your hand raised.
Yes, I'm not gonna be able to come off camera because I am multitasking right now. But I do want to say, Jonna, I really appreciated you being able to invite us into a virtual setting to be able to visit your site. I love how you're community building and creating safe and supportive environments for the youth, and creating a restorative space for them to be able to build community, and not just with you, but amongst each other. And that's so valuable to them. And, keep up the good work and keep pushing forward. I would say just my only tip is, if you're in person and you're going to come to the symposium, Nate, he does I Am Impact, and it's a restorative practice. And restorative circles would be a good way to enhance this moving forward for your kids, to start bringing up new topics that are challenges for them that they'd like to discuss. And, I commend them for them to be able to have those kind of conversations, even with you, to say, hey, we want to be inclusive and have these kids participate. If you're not coming in person, then, feel free to reach out to him, but that would be a good resource for you. But kudos, good job.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I saw Andres's hand, and then after Andres, we can go to Christian.
Yeah, if I can just mention, I really like your flexibility and your creative approach and the way you handle certain challenges. I really like that you allowed the students, to enter that space and have that voice to be inclusive. It appears that you're giving a lot of effort, and commend you for that, and especially your openness for help. Sometimes we find ourselves a little rigid in that area, and your flexibility and being open to receive help and look for help is very admirable. So I just want to say that.
Thank you so much.
Christian?
Hi, Joanna. First of all, that movie was so cool and I'm really excited about it. But also, it looks like you have a lot of great leaders in your program. And something that might help, I know at my program, we started an ASB specifically for our program. And part of the task of that ASB is they literally go to we have 4 different teams of 20 students. There's assigned students to go to those teams to listen to what's going on in the team and to bring it back to the associated student body and to talk about it, and then to plan programming and things for the rest of the students. And these are elementary school students, so the leaders in your program are definitely able to do that just based on what they've done so far. So really using that youth voice and empowering them to take care of their peers, just like they showed in the video, I think can be a really helpful thing.
Thank you so much. That helps a lot.
I also, I make them apply to it like a job, like it's a full job application. They have to like get references and things. And I can send you the application if you would like as well.
Yes, if you can do that, please do so. I did put my email on the chat room.
I will do that.
Thank you so much.
All right, Jake in the comments is saying youth court could be another good option for helping deliberate about issues happening between the youth. I love the job application methods as well. Yeah, if Christian, if you would just put your application in the chat, that way we could all see it, that would be fabulous.
Yeah.
If that's not a possibility, we completely understand. Perhaps you can send me over a link and I can get it on the app for us as well.
Give me just a bit. I'll see if I can track it down in my email.
Dang, Christian's on it. Are you a site director by chance?
I'm a site supervisor, so I have one site. Yeah.
We have a couple more minutes. Any other questions, thoughts, observations, anything you're going to take back with you? Just go ahead. We're past hand raising. Just shout.
Okay. I really like the idea of including students in the process, and sometimes ideas are introduced 15 years after they should be introduced, and that's due to the fact that we don't include our students in our own work. We don't include them in our decision making. We don't include them in our mistakes, and we don't include them in some of the things that they can learn from. And so any chance and opportunity to include a student in the process is amazing. So I commend you, Christian, and everyone involved that gives them that agency and that that power. Awesome stuff.
Joanna, do you have any closing thoughts that you would like to share with everyone?
Yes. I just want to say, whatever we set our mind to, anything that's for the kids, it's possible. And don't get discouraged if you're on your own. It happens. Sometimes you don't get enough help from the school or from staff, or you just kind of have to do it on your own. And once they see that you're doing it, they are gonna get involved. That's what I've seen. I was pretty much just thrown there. And I'm glad I was just thrown there because honestly, I love this job. And like I was telling Crystal and Julie, I grew up in a after school program. So I want to be the person that can like me look back like, okay, that teacher I had in the Save After School program, she helped me not being in the streets. She helped me keep myself busy. And I want to be able to be that person like, hey, you know what? I don't want to be out there and just not doing anything right or something that's not supposed to be happening or something that's going to get me in trouble. I want to be that person that can come to me. So if you just kind of give them that trust and don't give up, honestly, I honestly don't know how I do it sometimes because I have 4 kids of my own. So it's just getting them all involved and not getting discouraged. Like there's days that it's going to be super, oh my God, we're doing it so good. And then there's just like, I wish I wasn't here. But we're in this, we're put in a place for a reason. And if we're there, it's because we have to be there. There's nothing we can't avoid. Honestly, it's just keep pushing forward with the kids and just be patient with them. They'll come around. That's pretty much it. Thank you, Crystal.
I'm still new to Zoom 3 years later. Thank you so much, Joanna, for sharing your video, your heart, and your site with us. I can only imagine how difficult it is not having a permanent team, but you're doing great. And I love all of the amazing work that you are doing. So, and like Joanna said, keep it up. Don't lose hope. You're not alone. We're all here together. So yeah, that concludes our very first virtual site visit for today. Thank you so much, Joanna. Our next site visit is going to be at 3:15. So you've got about 15 minutes for a little break. And we will be hearing from Alexis at C-Tech in Fresno. So if you've got a high school program, you're definitely going to want to come back. All right. Thank you all so much. Have a great day. Hopefully we'll see you tonight at game night.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks all. Thanks again, Joanna.
Thank you so much.